My wife is divorcing me over my farts. This is my side. I might be the one that clears a room, but I still need to clear the air. I, 34 male. My wife has been sharing her story all over social media this last week about how my flatulence was relentless when we were cohabitating. Me, having zero shame, admit her story is all true. Until now, I didn't want to share my side of the story because I felt it was heavily lopsided and would paint the person I actually do really care for in a bad light. But I am now the worldwide fart guy, so here we go. The first sign I should have recognized right away while we were dating but didn't was her own relentless gas. Not farts, mind you. You know that saying, better out the front than the back? She took this as a personal challenge. I get it, women love their mineral waters and their bubblies. But JHC, remember in Revenge of the Nerds when Booger faced off against Ogre in that belching contest? Turns out Booger is my wife's spirit animal. Definitely nowhere near as bad as farts, but I would have taken farts any day over the 115 decibels my wife could put out every 15 minutes like clockwork. Whatever, I married her anyway. Skip to when we were married and living in the same apartment. First thing she does, she puts down a bamboo mat in the shower to stand on. Cool, I have no problem with that. But coupled with her hair extensions that were constantly falling out in the shower, that thing turned into a rug in a week's time. Girls and their beauty products, am I right, fellas? Fuck no, that's some misogynistic shit right there, and not even where I'm going with this. One day she's taking a shower with the shower curtain and the bathroom door wide open. Usually does this because she loves to talk to me while she's showering. Looks me dead in the eyes and proceeds to blast the shower with diarrhea. I don't know if she thought it was just a fart, but I ran away screaming, not even giving her a chance to explain. Because how do you even begin to freaking explain that? Well, turns out there were some laxatives involved, and she had put too much trust into what she was sure was just a fart. Oh well, shit happens. Anyways, I thought and hoped that this was just a one-off, because seriously, WTF. So I brushed it off and moved on. But I think, if you're still reading this, the full picture is starting to come together now. There are two sides to every story, and now you can see why I had reservations telling mine. I just want to go back to the hair extension thing real quick, and say I'm still picking all the stickers out of my carpets since she moved out, and I am still vacuuming up loose hairs. Let's move on to the time I was performing some sensual acts, and then only when I was done was I alerted to the fact that she had a yeast infection. Wonderful. I'll let you connect the dots here on your own. I wish Dr. Ruth was still alive for this next one because it really tripped me up the first time. I was not aware of this before I met my beautiful wife, but apparently some women will let out a little turd during the act of coitus. Yep, it just slips out. They can't control it. I learned later that this usually happens due to position and pressure, and for my wife it was when she squirted. Yes, she squirts. Squirting is real. Admittedly, the squirting was the hottest thing ever. Just could have done without the little gifts she would leave behind. It happened 3 separate times, and we both screamed. Truth be told, this was a boost to my ego, knowing that I could literally fuck the shit out of her. All in all, still not a deal breaker for me. None of this was a deal breaker for me. Most of these things were how I justified the farts, just my little way of payback. Well, once my farts started driving my wife more and more to the brink of insanity, she only tried upping her game from there, farting directly on me while we were snuggling, even skin on skin, locking the car windows and trapping us in with her farts, and still burping like a frat boy, even in public. It truly became chemical warfare. I thought it was all fun and games because, yeah, I'm a little dense. Little did I know it was driving us further apart. It did not help that my wife cannot stand scented trash bags, burning incense, or fancy soaps. Nor did she like any of my favorite candle scents. Do I have regrets? Yeah, I probably shouldn't have eaten charcuterie and pizza all day at D&D, only to bring the consequences of that home with me. I shouldn't have gone to bed every night surrounded by candy and beef jerky wrappers. I shouldn't have 2% milk as a beverage every day. I'm not a sociopath. I'm not overweight. My BMs are normal, and I do not have a fart fetish. I told my wife I loved her every day. By the way, her daughter thought my farts were hilarious. I'm still madly in love with this woman and her wonderful daughter. I'm actively working on improving myself for them because, in reality, they're still the best thing that has ever happened to me.